Eastbound before
Should we
Gessner.
move this
After heavy
table a
truck
little bit? I
accident
kind of
scene,
feel...
all
Sure.
those feeder road lanes are blocked off.
Just a
They
little.
do have a detour set up
wait.
for you, so a
Or
couple
can we do it
extra
this way?
minutes to get through that.
Actually,
45
just
North
slide over
Freeway,
this way.
25
Just-
minutes from Little up to
Aye.
Williams Parkway.
Aye.
Not only do
How
you
about
lose
that?
the
Bring it
left lane
in.
at the
Bring-
Heartland,
bring-
you also
bring it
got
around
back
this
to
way,
the
so-
Bring it
just
around.
got cleared out
Yeah,
of the way
'cause-
at Woodlands
Do we
Parkway.
point this
The
way?
red tags are out for final clearance.
Yeah,
That's the
look,
camera
look,
over
here.
All
See? So it's right over there. What's up, Facebook folks?
Howdy, howdy.
Toyota World.
I-45 just north of Beltway 8.
All right. So I'm gonna.
It's
So I'm glad we
estimated
got
that
the,
9 out of 10
blue
individual
shirt.
investors
Yeah.
have a losing
Everybody
battle
got
against
the
big
memo.
institutions. So what can you do about it? Hi, I'm Mary Beth Motisi, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Houston. Listen to Power Trading Hour to learn how the markets really work and how to think and act like the professionals.
What did you do? You did
Call
it this
us
way?
at 281-820-8905 to register for our complimentary half-day class. Find out more at
It's over the shoulder.
HoustonOTA.com and listen to Power Trading Hour. Weekdays at 2 p.m. on Business 1110 KTEK.
You can also, if
Do your
you
teeth
got on
hurt? Do you
Facebook,
have
if you
cavities
follow
or need your
Jason, then
teeth
you can
cleaned
share it
but
on
won't
your
go to the
group.
dentist because you don't have dental insurance? Well, you don't have to wait any longer. Cypress
do
Creek
that now?
Family Dental offers the quality dental program for those who don't have dental insurance. No deductibles, no yearly maximums,
Dental
and no
insurance.
waiting periods. It includes 2 cleanings per year, an exam, and a discount on all procedures. Call Cypress Creek Family Dental today at 281-440-1050. That's
Do they just go to Right Path Radio?
281-440-1050 or online at championsdentist.com.
Do you follow
There is
Jason?
no current Republican
so, on my
incumbent
personal.
in the 125th District Court.
I don't know how you
Change
follow
that
somebody
by
on a
supporting
company.
Sharon Hemphill, an experienced, diligent Republican attorney
60
having
seconds, guys.
represented
All
more
right.
than 380 litigants in the Harris County District Courts alone. The Conservative Review stated that as a candidate for judge of the 125th District Court, Sharon Hemphill is overwhelmingly
Morning, Valley.
qualified. Sharon's commitment to conservative and constitutional principles, where each lawyer and each litigant is treated with respect and dignity, make her stand out. She's a conservative Republican who supports
show
fiscal responsibility
live.
and smaller government.
Mine doesn't
Get
show
to know
live.
Sharon Hemphill at SharonHemphillForJudge.com. That's Sharon
Are you on our
Hemphill,
Wi-Fi?
the number 4, Judge.com. Political advertising paid for by the Campaign for Sharon Hemphill campaign, in compliance with the voluntary limits of the Judicial Campaign Fairness Act.
The following program does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff,
It really should,
management,
though.
or ownership of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
All right, gentlemen. We got hot
Get
mics
ready.
in
The guy that
5,
will put your
4,
fears behind you is on the air
3,
now.
2,
Taking calls
1.
at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. 713-785-1817. This is Right Path Real Estate Radio. Joined live today with Jason and Elijah.
Jason, my
I mean,
brother.
sorry, Jeff and Elijah, sorry. Jeff and Elijah, my brother Jeff.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, so I'll wake up in a minute. This is live radio.
Do you want my coffee?
Mistakes happen. No, no,
You
you
don't
don't.
drink coffee.
No, thank goodness for you. I don't drink coffee in the morning. So welcome to the show. I've got Fast Track in the house. How are y'all doing?
Howdy. Doing awesome.
Any new news in the world of construction? I mean, anything changed? Do y'all put the foundations on top of the house or roofs on the bottom, or
We still start from the ground up. No, I think that actually, good news. It doesn't seem to have actually slowed down that much lately. So a lot of times at this time of year, there may be some slight lulls.
In all the years I was involved in remodeling, I never saw a seasonality to it. I mean, I remember when someone called me the day and they were going to close the day after Thanksgiving, that Friday after Thanksgiving. They said, I'm closing on that Friday. Can y'all start on Saturday? And I'm like, oh my God, this is completely different than the retail remodeling business.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're actually really busy right now.
Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, and that's part of, I guess, what what I meant to say is that when people are looking for houses, if they're feeling like, oh, maybe it's not available right now, or maybe there is a little, I just encourage them. It's not. It doesn't
Yeah, there
seem
are
to
good
be.
deals out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, if you want to get on our buyers list, you can text 95577, text the word property to 95577, or email buyerslist@houstonhousebuyers.com. What's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Probably our Facebook page or our website.
Our website,
fasttrackremodeling.com.
Okay.
And give us a call at 832-742-9992.
All right. So do you have capacity? I mean, if somebody wants to call up, how long is it? What's the best process to get started? So let's say I've got a property under contract. I've gotten it inspected. Now I want to get my bids on a general contractor to come in and do it.
Yeah, it's good. You said you got it under contract.
Yeah.
Had it inspected. It's a great order. That way we could fill in all the details when we're out there and not have to mess with back and forth on the scope. I think it's important for people to know everything that they're looking at.
Right.
And it's important for the inspection phase. A lot of times, investors are thinking that Elijah is going to be able to inspect the house as an inspector, and we're not.
You're not licensed to do that, right?
Do a very thorough walkthrough, absolutely, but
they're different things.
You're not going to test the AC. You're not going
Right.
to turn it on. You're not going to stress the plumbing, the drain line plumbing, that kind of stuff.
Actually, on October 22nd, we'll be teaching a class at the Ridge Club, and there's an inspector that's going to be there, Kevin Smith and myself. There are different things.
Right.
That's why we're both actually a
Absolutely.
good team to talk about the different things. When the inspector's there seeing the dangers or the issues that may be happening with the house, the concerns, the also indicators of potential bigger damage, he's not saying, hey, you should change this countertop out.
Right.
He's not saying that this faucet might need to be changed for the comps.
Right.
He's just seeing if it's working or if it's leaking.
Correct.
Exactly. So there are differences.
Well, and he's also showing the things that are not up to the latest 2016 building
Right.
codes. And that's not like he may show a panel box that's working just fine, and he says, hey, this panel box is not up to code, and it doesn't have like maybe just a single throw for turning it off, or it's not labeled correctly. And for most landlords, that's not a liability issue.
Yeah,
That's
right.
not you're not going to increase the rental rates because the panel box is labeled. You're not going to get phone calls in the middle of the night, any of those kind of things. So it's going to be on the inspection, but it certainly shouldn't be on the scope of work.
And I think it's key too that we point out that having the inspection report on the front end is extremely helpful, but we need the investors. It's a kind of
okay. So because
you need participation from the investor,
participation,
right?
Because if you have a short window of an option period, or because of closing being happening fast, it's always good to get the inspector scheduled and then call me the same day that you schedule the inspector. Call me to schedule the day after.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
you want to come in after the inspection.
Yeah.
Actually, long enough where you can actually receive the inspection report.
Receive the inspection report and look
Right.
through it. Correct. And the reason why I want you to be able to look through it is because if your concerns are, 10 of the items need to be done, someone else may see that same list and think 20 items need to be done.
Right.
Someone else could see that same list and say nothing needs to be done. So I'd really prefer, and I think this is important for people to know, that there are differences in how people see inspection reports. You may have a lot of questions. I can at least help answer some of the questions, but in terms of
familiarize yourself
Yes,
with the list,
familiarize with
because
it, yeah.
Elijah, he's walking 6-7 houses a day.
Yeah.
That to be able to go through a 30-page item inspection list for each one of those houses is extremely burdensome.
Right.
And he's not able to do that. So we
Well,
need the participation from the
The other thing is how much time you spend on a house. Typically, when you walk through, I know I used to walk in about an hour and a half,
Right.
and create a complete scope of work of everything needed to be, updated or repaired, replaced, whatever. But an inspector spends somewhere between 2 and 3 hours
Correct.
at that house,
and just looking at those major systems,
Right.
and out of code issues, right?
Correct.
Not even
No.
considering the other things,
Right.
measuring rooms and deciding what you're
Correct.
going to do.
So
Exactly.
it's kind of like both of those coming together.
Yeah,
at
it's
the
a
same
very
time.
symbiotic.
Yeah.
You need both until you reach a level of experience where you feel like you don't need that.
Well, even then, though, I think there are some things that can be missed from time to time from people, even experienced investors. We've seen it with some of those.
I
that
don't
have
miss
come
stuff.
through.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
right. Yeah, I am perfect. No, yeah. So you got these guys occasionally, or gals that have been really, really experienced in the industry, and they would likely not miss most things, but occasionally it can come up where something happens. And I'd say where it happens the most is when a house has been freshly remodeled.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right? Because
Yep.
we've talked about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An inspector can sometimes pick up on some
I
of
don't
those
know
things,
that
but-
they would like that. The one house that comes to
Maybe
mind,
not.
I don't know that an inspector would have caught most of those things because they were so well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And when because I've gotten to know a lot of inspectors through the years, and I kind of understand their methodology and process. And I think even in that
Yeah,
situation,
they're not going to cut sheetrock open to see
Right.
that the shower pan has a liner.
What?
behind
They
it,
don't do
so,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They're,
good.
they're
to
also
know.
not going to. They're not going to pull up the flooring to find out that the electrical line to the island
Right, is underneath the laminate
Yeah,
flooring
right.
with no conduit.
Yeah, they're not going to see things like that.
That's right. If you were running the water, though, if they did choose to run the water and they saw some leaks, that's right. They would pick up
Yeah,
on those
right.
things, but not,
Yeah.
not other indicative issues that can sometimes be found through demo
Right.
phase.
Yeah, through the demo phase.
Well,
right.
I mean, like that house we just started, the shower pan,
It-
there's
it looked
absolutely
nice.
no liner
It looked
whatsoever.
nice, yeah.
Just so you know, we
You
demoed
did
it,
demo it, and there was
it's-
no liner.
It was just concrete with tile on top of it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do-it-yourself job.
Perfect.
It looked nice,
It
but
did.
when you ran the shower, it
leaked.
It's just something you can look at. It's a beautiful shower, but you can't
Yeah.
use it.
What's funny too is that it didn't always leak when the water was allowed to go to the back of the shower if
Oh.
nobody was in it. But if somebody was in it, it would drop
So if you're
down at the front.
standing in the shower, then
That's
it
when
would,
leak.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it. Okay. So yeah, so those kind of things, yeah, even an inspection's not going to find. So there's some risk involved in taking on a property and buying an investment property. And that's the thing that we like. We're doing a house on Ashford Hollow. We're going to be starting pretty soon, and I like the properties where you're replacing almost everything, because then there's no, we're going to totally redesign the master bathroom. We're going to update the other two bathrooms, the full bath and the half bath, and we're air conditioning, roof, foundation. We didn't get a full-blown inspection, but I know there's a foundation issue, so we did bring in a foundation expert, someone that's not in the foundation repair business, but we brought in a foundation structural engineer to
it was
be
a
able
good
to,
idea, I thought.
Yeah. So that's really where we started. We started with the foundation, and that's really the only outside expert we
But I
brought
think
in.
knowing those things, after seeing enough houses, I mean, you guys, I mean, y'all walked enough houses, and we've done enough work
few,
that you
yeah.
can see. When you walk in a house, you can just feel the foundation is, wow, there might be an issue. There may not be cracks because
Right.
they may have already been repaired at some
Sure,
point.
right.
But they may not have fixed the foundation. And so being able to kind of see those things and just going into it knowing, hey, there might be an issue here. Let's budget for it.
Yep.
And it dictates your purchase price as far as just kind of accounting for that versus like buying it and then being surprised.
Yeah,
that-
hoping for the best.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'll say that to those investors, those that don't get inspections, and you won't get an inspection. Just know this: I'll still do the bid for you, but I would like it that you understand the difference. That I'm not going to be doing the inspection when I'm there, as long as they
Right.
understand that, and that we're not going to be checking all the systems while we're there doing the work either, unless we put in something for that to bring the electrician out or the plumber out to check those systems. I think it's just important for people to know that if it's on the scope with Fast Track, it's getting done, and if it's not on the scope, it's not getting done. And that's one of the values of what we do in our business, is that we are able to outline everything that we're doing. And so I like it when investors know that, but I also like it if they're not going to get an inspection, that they don't think that we're also going to do the extra.
that the weight is all on our
all
shoulders
on us
to capture
catch those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
especially
not.
when we're doing the number of houses and volume, that we've got to be able to have a relationship that that burden is not completely on us. So
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Good. So when we do walk a house, though, those that don't know us, we are able to produce the bid almost 100% of the time right there on site, for us to talk about, go through the numbers. I had a house the other day, and the person said, "So how long until you get that bid for me?"
You're like,
1 day, 2 days. I was like, "You want to see it right now?"
Yeah.
It was so funny. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
In fact, it can be in your email box. As soon as you give me your email address, I'll type it in right now, and it'll be there before you can get to your email.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Unless they give me some things they'd like me to look over or check on some variances, which...
Yeah, one of the things I really liked about the system that y'all developed is that, it gives a scope of work, not only in the order that things should be done, but it also gives a room proposal as well. So you're saying, hey, I thought we talked about, doing a ceiling fan in the master bedroom, and it's like, hey, if it's on there, you're charging for it.
I think that's difficult because if investors have been dealing with people that don't have that, it could work both ways, that they have a great relationship with somebody that's able to do, hey, he took care of this and everything. And for us, like we just, to be able to replicate it over and over and over and over again, we prefer to have it just spelled out to where there's no assumptions, because it could go bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the other way of like, well, the investor's thinking, well, I thought this included that. It's, we talk about this often on the show.
I thought you were going to replace all the windows.
That happens.
No, right.
Yeah.
1 minute.
So I think it's good. The room proposal does confuse people occasionally because it doesn't have money, the money on that. So we actually duplicate the concept into 2 different proposals. So one of them that has the money on it, the construction proposal, like you said, that is in the basic order of how we would do the work, and then the room proposal, which just outlines everything that we're doing in area by area, room by room. Yeah, it's been very helpful.
So we're getting ready to go into a break, but Chad's asking a question on the Book of Faces. And so, Chad, you can call in and ask whatever question that you want to ask. You can put your fear of calling behind you. We're not only taking general contractor questions, but, we are definitely taking, if you have any general contractor questions, you can call in 713-785-1817. That's 713-785-1817. Also, if you're watching on the Book of Faces, you can type in questions, and I'll try and respond to those. So, all right, Nikki, take us to break.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab. We manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 5 years, Fast Track has completed over 500 projects, which has helped us create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
The domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell has been the partner men can count on for over 25 years.
Guys.
Hello, my name's Joe Cordell. Over those years, tens of thousands of guys across America and now in the UK have turned to Cordell & Cordell when everything was on the line. We're proud of that expression of trust, but we know the responsibility that comes with it. Our tremendous growth is a result of our tremendous commitment to a core set of values, and an obsession with client care. If we ever lose that focus, we'll cease to be the partner that guys will count on. We get that. So you can be sure that our focus over the next 25 years will stay on those values that got us where we are and that our clients have come to expect.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Texas attorneys, a partner men can count on.
Okay, great.
At CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Houston, the Woodlands, St. Louis, and by appointment only in Sugar Land and League City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
This
Nikki.
is Business 1110.
All right, fellas, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, thanks, Nikki. Welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817 is our phone number. We do have a guest live in the studio, Jeff, my brother, and
Jason,
and Elijah, my friend. Yeah, so they're with Fast Track Remodeling. They do roofing, remodeling, all that kind of stuff. They're general contractors. They specialize in in investor remodeling.
You really do need some coffee this
morning.
I
do. I'm just not fully awake yet. It's like, wow, I slept really great last night too. But anyhow, they specialize in investor remodeling, flips and buy and hold. That's all they do. We have a caller on the line. Chad, welcome to the show. How can we help you?
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Great, thanks.
Well, I sent my new acquisitions guy out to a seller lead yesterday, and he came back with a trustee sale notice.
Okay.
And he said the seller's got a first and second mortgage.
Yep.
The first mortgage is around a $400 a month payment. And
yep.
He owes, I think, $28,000 on the first.
Yep.
Second mortgage, he has $11,000 principal balance, and they're asking him to pay $22,000. Right. Well, as of October 2015, and he's way behind. So may have a pending sale that's supposed to happen in 8 days.
Wow.
And trying to figure out what our best move is here. We've never bought a property that was in this type of situation yet, so it's a new one for us.
So it's the second that's foreclosing? Is that the deal? So is he current on the first, but he's late on the second? Is that correct?
From what I've heard, he's current on the first.
Okay. So his first has got a $400 a month payment, and his second is he has an $11,000 principal balance. How is it they want him to pay $22,000? Is that missed interest, late fees, penalties, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there's like $11,000 principal balance. It says $165 estimated interest. Like his interest is $165 a month, I guess.
And he hadn't paid it in a long time.
Additional payment due of so there's 1,300 days behind as of October 2015.
Wow, that's like 4 years, right?
5 days to that, yeah. Another year to that. That's a year ago.
Yeah.
So, but then it says there's additional payments owed of, I don't know, $7,000. I'm off the top of my head.
That might be attorney fees and foreclosure fees and all that kind of stuff,
and then
right?
It says there's a fee owed of $2,350 or something like that. So.
Yeah. So what do you think the ARV of the house is?
Well, we called our agent last night, and she says 175.
Okay.
So there's a lot of equity.
So 175, and what do you think it is in repairs?
We're still working through that, but I was just roughly guessing somewhere around 30 to 40. My acquisitions guy was working through those numbers this morning. So
what's the square footage of the house?
To see what they're looking like.
I mean, a good rule of thumb is 175 times 70%, right? Is going to give you 122.5, and let's say you took the higher end of that, you minus 40, so you're at 82.5, right? So you're safe at 82.5, and he's only got $50,000 that he owes all total, and he's paid off. I mean, you're what state are you in?
I mean, well, this is a Missouri deal.
Yeah, so you're in Missouri. So I mean, I know here you're saying that closes in 8 days, right? So I know it goes to a trustee sale in 8 days. So I know here in Texas, we have hard money lenders here that could, I could get a deal put together in 3 or 4 days. It'd just be a matter of negotiating. I mean, there's all kinds of equity left there. So what does a guy want to sell it because he's about ready to lose it, right?
Yeah, that's what we're going to negotiate. Is probably from a payoff up type approach. So
right.
How much do you need in your pocket?
Because he's going to need some moving expenses, things like that. So, I mean,
hopefully we can do it subject to the first is what I'm thinking. But my question is with 8 days, I've got to get a title search probably pulled so we know what we're getting into.
Correct.
And
that's the first thing. I know here we would have to get it under contract quickly. We could probably get a title search done in 36 hours if it was a rush. And And so, or for 3 days for sure, at least 72 hours. And so if I had 3 days and I alerted the hard money lender that it was coming, then I could probably, get all of that put together in 5 days, and we could close in 8 days, no problem.
Yeah. So my question was about, more or less dealing with this attorney that's on the other end to maybe get him to slow down the sale.
No, he has no incentive to do that. Just plan on, all he needs is at the sale, he's got to be paid off. So as long, I know in Texas the law is I can show up right before the auction, and if I pay him with a cashier's check, so if he gets his $22,000, he cannot foreclose. Period. End of story. So you stop that process right there. Now that's Texas. I don't know how it works there, but if I show up with a cashier's check for $22,000, so as long as I can deliver on that, then I can stop the sale. So, well, Chad, thanks for the call.
Okay, great.
All right, man. Thanks. All right, no problem. All right, so getting back on Facebook. So Ginger asked, if you're rehabbing a house as a rental and it has asbestos siding, what do you do? Remove it, put siding over it, or just paint and replace tiles where needed?
I would say paint, replace. I mean, paint, I wouldn't touch it. Removing it, technically you need to get a certified
asbestos removal company.
Right.
Yeah, so
if you can fill in some of the areas that may be missing with some other material, like even sheetrocking some of those areas.
Not sheetrock on the exterior.
I'm sorry, that's exterior. So if you can fill in with some of the siding that kind of looks a little bit like it.
Like shake shingles.
I think they do sell some of those fake ones. Thank you. But that's probably the answer. Because if you do start messing with it, then it does have to be
there are guys that will mess with that stuff, but I mean, if you ever do get, it can be a huge fine. Same thing with you know, lead-based paint, that sort of thing.
If it's required though for the comps, I think
I can tell you, there's a lot of general contractors out there that do it under the radar, and we don't recommend that.
No.
And because
but I think Elijah was going to say that if the comps make sense, I mean,
you can get
somebody to take care of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But on a rental, I haven't found that comps have ever made sense. I've never seen it. I mean, I'm
depends
not
on the condition of the siding for sure.
Yeah, and if people want to know, it's always been that asbestos issue is when it gets airborne. It hasn't been when it's installed as it is. So there isn't like a health risk.
No,
unless
it just being there by itself is not a health risk.
Yeah.
Right.
So just
it's when it's disturbed. When it starts breaking up, it's called friable versus non-friable asbestos, and so it's when it gets airborne, it's bad for your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as long as it's not being disturbed,
correct,
then it's fine to stay there. Okay. So best way to reach y'all.
Our website is fasttrackremodeling.com, and our phone number is 832-742-9992.
And then we do have our Flickr page up. On
you have a Flickr page?
We do. Okay. Yeah, it's actually on our Facebook page.
Yeah, if you go to the Facebook page or the website,
the website's got it on there. Got a link to it, to before and after photos of a lot of projects.
I think it's good for people to know they can see some of those photos, because we do standardize what we do.
Yeah,
we have a gray scale, we have a beige scale. You can go low end, you could go high end, you could go brushed nickel or bronze. So 6 packages, folks.
Wow.
And you can do that, and it's great, and people know what they're going to be getting, and they can appreciate that.
What if I want a blue bedroom?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, you can come in afterward, I guess, and paint it. No, I think it's.
Do you want to paint over the beige with the gray walls?
Yeah, right. I think it's important because we work only for investors.
Right.
We're never working for somebody who's going to be living in the home.
Right.
We're appealing to a neutral audience that needs quality, proven products. In the process of that, if somebody wanted to get their creative juices out, potentially they should do that maybe in staging afterward or something.
Do it on canvas.
It is really difficult though when we do have conversations.
Get those creative juices out on canvas. Like start painting on canvas.
But I'll say that it is difficult, like with a new investor,
especially
that because we're not trying to say our way is the best way. It's just it's been proven.
Yeah.
That. I mean, not just with us, but even seeing other investors that have been successful in what they do in the kind of business that we do, that, I mean, the types of systems that we have implemented, they work.
Yeah. And here's 3 great things about it. Number 1, we know our pricing because we know the products. So
Correct.
I'm able to deliver the bid on site. I would not be able to do that if we were guessing what kind of products you were going to do. Number 2, we know the availability of it.
Right.
I mean, there's been times when somebody said, hey, I'd rather this, and then we looked even into it,
right.
and it was an online only order or something, 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
On a 2-week project, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
And then
some I've seen 6 weeks. It's 6 week special delivery.
6 week special order.
Right.
And then number 3, I think it's important for people to know what they're going to be getting.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that tub.
I know, right?
But I miss my.
But it's a clawfoot tub.
I missed the market window for the summer. You know, it's like I'll offer that clawfoot tub.
It is tough, especially if somebody had watched a lot of television shows that had some of that stuff. But the custom niches don't seem to be rewarded with money from the person buying the home in the end. What we've noticed is that if you get a neutral palette, they could see themselves adding some of those custom features themselves. And so then you don't spend the money to where you'd have to make that extra to make it make sense.
Right.
Yeah. As a norm, Tom, you say it all the time. I mean, that's the way it is, right?
That's. I mean, we very rarely. In fact, in Houston House Buyers, and we've bought fixed and flipped 200 houses. I guess as of May, that's when we stopped counting for a while, and that was our 34th month, and every single one's been killing beige on the walls and white on the ceilings, semi-gloss white enamel on doors and trims. Because
and you're selling them?
Yeah, just like. Just like model homes. I mean, they're model homes. If you walk in, they're very neutral colors. I mean, no one's ever going to go, oh my God, these are my favorite colors ever. But no one's ever going to go, oh man, I can't stand. Why did they do that purple? I mean,
1 minute.
Yeah, you're not going to walk in like that and hear and see that. So yeah, we're trying to appeal to the broadest audience possible because once somebody actually buys the house, customize it all you want. But we're trying to appeal to the broadest audience that we can.
Yep. And I have seen some of the custom features people have tried to do, in houses where someone came in and had us try to fix something afterward.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No. I mean, I remember the one story, the guy wanted to put wood floor in the master bedroom and carpet just where the bed would go. He wanted to put carpet in a square where the bed was going to go.
Yeah.
And to not belabor that story, because that just wasn't a good idea. I mean, telling people where they got to put their bed, especially if you don't stage the property, which he wasn't planning on doing. Those little custom features don't really relate to the final buyer.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. You can put your fear of calling behind you, 713-785-1817.
Give us a call.
Give us a call.
Mike's off.
Did you see the house that they did that so that it was tile with a carpet insert?
From Conroe to Galveston, Orange to Flatonia, and all points in between, Texas General Insurance Agency is trusted by individuals and businesses across the great state of Texas. Whether you're searching for the best auto insurance in Fort Bend, a flood policy for a Galveston Beach property, or coverage for your rental and investment homes in Houston, Texas General Insurance Agency understands your unique needs. Throughout the Lone Star State, their experienced and trusted independent agents offer guidance to clients on the risk-based needs associated with auto and home, investment properties, commercial, and farm and ranch coverage. Their commitment to quality and service allows them to compare multiple markets, coverage, and price to give you the best possible value. Texas General Insurance Agency appreciates the opportunity to learn how they can work for you. Call one of their experienced agents today at 713-622-5977. That's 713-622-5977. Or go to TexasGeneralInsurance.com.
The Realty Investment Club of Houston has taught more real estate investors than any other program in the state. Come check us out at richradio.org. If you're considering learning how to invest in real estate, then richradio.org is the quickest way to learn how to make money in the Houston market. We're not just another guru-driven club. We're a community of Houston's most successful real estate investors. Join our community to learn what it takes to make money in Houston. Visit richradio.org. That's RICH, radio.org.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Do you want to learn how to buy 200 houses in less than 3 years? Well, folks, we've done it. This is Jason Bible of Right Path Real Estate. We've got a weekend retreat coming up October 28th, 29th, and 30th here in Houston, Texas at Memorial City Center. We're teaching our students how to find, fund, and market for real estate deals. So if you want to learn how to do 200 houses like we have, come to that event. Go to rightpathrealestate.com or give us a call, 281-888-9555 to sign up for our weekend retreat.
Looking for straight answers to your financial questions? Tune in weekday mornings from 8 to 9 for Straight Talk Money, hosted by Mike Robertson. No hype, no infomercials, just plain talk to give you the information you need to make you a better investor. We may not be able to control the future, but we can learn to control how it impacts us. Listen to Straight Talk Money, hosted by Mike Robertson, weekdays 8 to 9 a.m. on Business 1110 KTEK.
Did you know that 63% of homes contain allergens from cockroaches? And that mice spread potent asthma triggers found in 82% of homes? It's true. Common household pests are major offenders on the list of indoor allergens. Learn what you can do to help your family breathe easier. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association and the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America.
This is Business 1110.
All right, guys, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. I'm joined with my brother Jeff and my friend Elijah.
Howdy.
They're with Fast Track. The best number to reach them is 832-742-9992, and that'll get you a directory tree so you can go directly to any one of them just with that one phone number. And then, but don't text to that number. I know people do that, and
that's our office number.
Yeah, that's
we actually have an office. We have a office manager.
Yeah,
we
right.
have a marketing person. So we have.
It's crazy.
I rarely see the office, so if you go through the tree and you get me on my cell phone, don't anticipate that I'm actually behind the desk.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
his desk is his car steering wheel.
That's right.
Same here.
And then you'll have a website, fasttrackremodeling.com.
Yep. And then our Facebook.
Right. So from the website you can get to Facebook, you can get to the
all
Flickr page, you can see before and afters.
Yeah.
All
before and afters are good. They should go see that.
It's all there up in the clouds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on our website you can click on the Flickr account. It'll show you the photos. So
yeah. So you keep all those photos in the clouds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to answer that?
Yeah. So Valley asked for flooring in a rental, carpet, laminate, or porcelain tile. Which is the best value for long term?
Do you want?
I can take that, or y'all can take. So my opinion as an investor for a rental, I always like carpet in the bedrooms. And I like hard surfaces in all the other common areas. Because
definitely not laminate, though.
Correct. I wouldn't do a laminate because I think that, whether there's pets or whether you
water damage, tenants are going to...
Somebody knocks over a beer or a glass of wine or something like that.
Some people get confused, though. Let's just make sure that everybody knows. I've heard a lot of people call the vinyl plank laminate.
Yeah, I agree. I know it's not. So when we're saying laminate, we're talking about that press board wood looking that's got like a veneer over the top of it.
With a pad underneath it.
Right, exactly. So that I don't think I would ever put in a rental or anything like that. What I do like a lot is either tile, but because of our shifting soils and all that, if you go into really high end, and when I mean like high rise condos where you're talking about rents are $2,400 a month and up, or if you go in the really high end, there's been 27,000 new doors added in multifamily, Class A multifamily in Houston in the last 12 months, and 20,000 doors last year. Most of that's Class A, and if you go in there, they're hiring decorators. They're going in with very high end, countertops, cabinets, flooring, all that kind of stuff. But the flooring they're doing is a vinyl that looks like wood, and it's not like your grandmother's old vinyl that she used to have in the utility room.
It's not sheet vinyl.
It's not sheet vinyl. Yeah. So
or squares. It's not squares.
Right, but it's a great flooring choice for it wears. And I know that
we use a Shaw product that's got a very excellent.
It's got a 15-year residential warranty, and which is, fantastic. And if somebody ever damaged one piece, unlike changing tile, you could actually go back and re-glue down one actual. It's almost like a plank,
especially for foundation issues that houses have had.
Be flexible. That's
foundation issues, you can peel up those pieces and
you're not going to have joint problems, those kind of things, right?
Because tile never cracks on just the grout lines.
No, it doesn't.
It does not.
It'll crack through tiles, and then you have to worry about dye lots, and you have to worry about matching the grout and all that. So if I like tile, except for in areas where there's a foundation movement issue and all that. So
I don't know that I go with porcelain necessarily either. If she's talking about for a rental, if you did want to go with, there's some real inexpensive, nice ceramic tile. I don't know. Would you suggest porcelain for a rental?
No.
Probably not. Typically, porcelain tends to be a little bit
more expensive. And most people don't even know the difference between a ceramic tile and a porcelain tile. I certainly didn't when I got started. One is just the ceramic has the color that goes all the way through.
Porcelain.
Porcelain has the one that goes all the way through, and ceramic is just on the surface. And honestly, I think the price difference doesn't justify itself. Yeah. So not on a rental. It might on a flip or something like that. Okay, and then Mike said, can you share the title company that can complete a title search in 3 days? Well, there's a couple of them. We don't have an endorser on title companies, and I can't say that they'll do it on a, like as a normal course of business, because I know, for example, that like we use Texas American Title a lot, and I'll give them a shout out. They're a vendor sponsor through another one of their companies, and their normal time period is 7 days. But if you had a situation like this and you said, hey, look, I need to get this done, they can put a rush on it and they can stay on top of it, and they can typically get it done in 3 days or less. So, and then is the vinyl a good choice in bathrooms? Does it peel in damp environments? It does not. I think vinyl is a great choice.
I will say on houses that have had a lot of older houses, especially back when we had the rains in May.
Right.
A lot of older houses don't have the poly or the vapor barrier underneath the foundation.
Right.
And concrete, as we know, is porous. Right. And so a lot of those older houses.
Moisture, right.
So in a house that has a lot of moisture, you can seal the foundation, but sometimes it's so bad that you can't put vinyl down just because it permeates up through the foundation, and it will affect the glue. So in a house that has moisture issues,
has been known for moisture issues, I would say for sure.
Right. Really, the only product
mean that you're talking about a moisture issue just because it's in a bathroom. That's not the issue. So one of the things that
I'm differentiating between the two. Bathrooms, we put it in all day long and don't have issues with
moisture
it.
From the top. We're saying it's protected. It's got impermeable type surface. Moisture coming up through the foundation from underneath can keep it kind of soggy and get that glue.
There are things you can do to mitigate that, but not completely. If it's a house, that has very,
it's rare, but it happens.
It is rare, but it does, and you end up having to go with basically a what's the product?
PVC top. Yeah.
That's basically a waterproof type. Almost like a laminate,
but it's a click-in, but it's totally...
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where I feel like that, bringing on pros like you guys, where y'all deal with this kind of stuff, all different price ranges on rental properties from, really low-end $40,000 rental properties all the way up to, $150,000 and $175,000 rental properties. Typically, is probably the upper end of the range that y'all see, right? I assume every now and then you get one a little bit higher than that, but that's probably the bell curve, 99% of all of it. And then doing higher-end flips as well. That y'all's expertise is more than like, the guy Jose in a truck, because y'all are actually figuring out how's the manufacturer want these things installed. I remember when we were first starting to use vinyl, the vinyl plank that looks like wood, that we were having some installation issues, and really what we determined is it matters. A lot of people know that you're supposed to, when you're installing an engineered hardwood floor or which is what we call real hardwood nowadays, that you're supposed to let the wood acclimate in the property, but it's not just acclimate on the job site, like because the temperature conditions and the humidity conditions of the job site are not always necessarily going to be the temperature humidity conditions that when people are living in the house, right? So you need to be able to create that environment that they're going to be living in and let the wood acclimate to that but the same thing needs to happen is, especially wintertime. I know.
Yeah, I was going to,
when it gets to be 40 degrees outside.
Yeah. This time of the year when we start doing bids is the time that we, as a landowner, on that project, you've got to get the utilities turned on. We always have to have electric and water. But gas at this time of the year is extremely important.
Because when the temperature dips down to 40 degrees, and let's say
you can't put that flooring in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because the temperature range, I think it has to be between 60, 65 and...
No, it needs to be about 72.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And same thing, like when we put it in, like you actually have to maintain. You can't just cut,
Yeah, right.
Hey, I don't have a tenant in there. I want to cut the AC off. You can't.
You cannot do that. Right.
You got to keep it up.
Yeah.
Right.
So...
Okay, so Valley, hopefully that answered your question. We kind of beat that to death, but yeah, it's a good choice. I like the vinyl a lot in all common areas, including bathrooms, kitchen, bathroom, den, living room, all of that. I prefer a rental grade carpet in the bedrooms, and in rental grade carpet right now, y'all are installing for about what $1.
$1.39.
$1.39 with carbon pad per square foot.
Correct.
And that's new carpet, new pad. And then vinyl's going for how much? Ballpark.
Just over 3, including basic float.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, because that's the other thing about the vinyl flooring is that you really discover the vinyl. It's relatively thin and it shows any imperfections in the subfloor or in the foundation.
I think it's always funny that a lot of times we'll get, hey, I want to do vinyl in the bedrooms, and bedrooms are notorious for being the worst rooms because the builder just throws down carpet.
Right,
so
exactly.
They never do anything.
Don't care about
they never scrape. Yeah, they never scrape the little concrete drops and all that kind of stuff, or when sheetrock fell, when they're mudding the ceiling or something like that, and
just put the pad down.
Yeah, exactly. So the pad covers a lot of imperfections in flooring, and it happens in bedrooms a lot. So that's an issue. So, all right, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. The phone number is 713-785-1817. One thing that I do want to talk about is that Jason and I, we've done 2 classes where we teach. It's very common that when Jason and I go to a networking event or something like that, or we're speaking. We're at Rich Club or Wealth Club or wherever it is, people come up, they hear our story, and they say, I want to take you to lunch. I want to take you to Starbucks for coffee. I want to pick your brain. We've run out of time to be able to do that. That's one of the reasons why the radio show exists. But the other thing is that we've turned the information that we have into a class. And our next class is going to be October 28th, 29th, and 30th. If you want to get more information about that, you can email Jamie at rightpathrealestateradio.com or rightpathrealestate.com, or you can just go to the website, rightpathrealestate.com, and there's an information button there, and there's also a sign up button, and it'll take you to an event page. But that class is filling up. It's a 3-day class, 28th, 29th, and 30th, and you get Jason and I both for all 3 days. We'll be pleased to have
a small segment there as well.
Yeah, y'all are going to be there as well. That's right. I think y'all are speaking for about an hour, talking about general contracting and estimating and all of that. So how do you as a non-professional general contractor, as an investor really that doesn't have the expertise that y'all have, how can I go in and ballpark a number? Because you don't have to be exact, but you got to be in the ballpark. You
got to get in the ballpark to get a good offer in, especially since
use the app.
Yeah, you could use the app, turnkeyestimates.com, or you can also see it on our Facebook. I think we have links there, or you can call in and get that. Turnkey Estimates has helped a lot of people to get quick estimates within 5-10 minutes. I think it's important that you have tools, either if you use your own ballparking method that I've been able to teach, and I'll touch on a little bit that day for sure.
Yeah.
And then, or the app that kind of walks you through some basic questions that helps you get in the ballpark as well. The idea of ballparking for me is important because good general contractors can't always show up before, or shouldn't show up before you have it under contract. There's just too many potential deals. So I think it's good for people to have
you can't go you
can't everywhere, right? It's good for good for people to be able to analyze a deal.
So we're going to go on a break right now. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. And Gary, you would just ask a question on Facebook. If you want to call in and ask that question, or just wait through the break and I'll answer it on air. I'll read it out loud and then answer it on air. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817.
Sweet.
Mike's off.
Thanks, Nikki.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Join a group of hardworking investors willing to share their knowledge and experience with others. We're not just another guru-driven club. We're a community of Houston's most successful real estate investors. Discover more at richradio.org. The Realty Investment Club of Houston, the Rich Club, has taught more real estate investors than any other program in the state. Join the Rich Club and become part of the most informed community in Houston. Quickly discover your investment options. Receive the information you need to get started. Learn what it takes to avoid the pitfalls of real estate investment. You have questions? We have answers. If you're considering investments in Houston's real estate, then richradio.org is the quickest way to join the community and learn how to make money in today's market. Learn more about the education and community at richradio.org. Join our community to learn what it takes to make money in Houston. Visit richradio.org. That's RICH radio.org.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Do you want to learn how to buy 200 houses in less than 3 years? Well, folks, we've done it. This is Jason Bible of Right Path Real Estate.
Okay, great. All right, cool.
Retreat coming up October 20th, 29th, and 30th here in Houston, Texas at Memorial City Center. We're teaching our students how to find, fund, and market for real estate deals. So if you want to learn how to do 200 houses like we have, come to that event. Go to rightpathrealestate.com or give us a call, 281-888-9555.
Hey, Yannette.
Sign up for our weekend retreat.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell
Yannette
Cordell.
Knapp just joined on
Here are a few
Facebook.
quick divorce tips we provide our clients. Complete the financial forms you file with the
There's
court
a name from
as
the
if they're
past,
the most
right?
important final exam you will ever take. These forms state your property, your debts, your income, and expenses. They become the battlefields where your most important disputes are fought or settled. Property division, maintenance, child support, attorney fees, even custody is impacted.
He advertised on all the
Fortunately, this
stations,
is an
Cordell
open
and
book
Cordell.
exam. You can even get help from your attorney. But let me warn you,
Not like you're
whether too busy or too jaded, attorneys often fail to demand or give these forms the attention their clients deserve. So it may be up to you.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell and Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Texas attorneys.
Oh, thanks, Yannette.
Men can count on 832-844-0000. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Houston, the Woodlands, St. Louis, and by appointment only in Sugar Land and League City.
This is Business 1110.
Hey, this is our short segment. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. I'm joined with Fast Track. Their phone number is 832-742-9992, and it's fasttrackremodeling.com. So we've got one phone call in a short segment. So Gary, San Antonio, welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, Gary, you're our mastermind student that drives in from San Antonio every Monday to see our class. Just want to tell people who you are and all that. So welcome to the show.
It's been an awesome class, too. We've really enjoyed it.
Thanks. So you were asking about tell me your question.
I read an article this week about wiring houses for internet. And I know you guys don't do a lot of high-end rehabs, but when you do, what consideration do you do for wiring the houses with the increased demand that we've got on streaming internet and new devices that are coming online in houses and so forth?
Well, that's a great question. And you walked as part of our mastermind class. You know, we've got a property under contract right now. It's not super high-end. I mean, it's a $300,000 house. We're going to do about a $90,000 rehab on it. We got the property under contract for right at $110,000, and I will give zero consideration to Cat 5 and Cat 6 wiring, and we'll give zero consideration to a Nest thermostat and all that, because let's say that I spend an extra $1,000 on that. I don't think I can get an extra $1,000. I won't be able to list that house for $301,000, and by not having it, I don't think I'll get a penny less.
Right.
So it costs money to do it, but it doesn't return anything at all. And as an investor, if I do it and it doesn't cost me anything, so when I look at what are the must-dos, the could-dos, and the should-dos, that's a could-do, but it's
a wow factor, but it doesn't gain you anything.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
You would, if you did it, you would talk about it.
Yeah.
But if you don't do it, it doesn't get talked about.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
Well, those types of houses, the house in the 300 and below, I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah, but and we don't really do, because of where the market is right now, $1 million houses, things like that. We're not in that marketplace right now. And what I realize is that, that technology, it's changing so quickly. And I know, for example, I would want to have wireless in my own house, for example. And so I would want, some pro to come in. I wouldn't want,
you making a decision
exactly
for the buyer. I think that's where the difficult line is you're
now, if I were doing new construction and I could lay it.
But you're building the house for yourself.
That's correct. Right. But if I were building new construction from the ground up, then I know it's easier to put.
But there's tons of companies that can do that.
Exactly.
Aftermarket. Come in after they've bought the house and they can have it exactly set up the way they want it versus trying to work with the system that you're putting in for them. I think that's where we try and...
Yeah, because if you're going to do that, you're going to end up finding that you're telling them where they got to put their TV in the living room. You're telling them where they got to put their bed in the master bedroom.
1 minute, guys.
It's you in your neutral format are not going to... You're not actually going to be able to customize it the way that they maybe would. So I think it's a good point that Tom's making.
Yeah. So does that answer your question? Even in $1 million house, I still wouldn't do it. Because even there, again, if I were custom building a spec house or something like that, I would absolutely put it in from the ground up.
But somebody buying $1 million house, they can also pay to have somebody come do the top of the line.
Yeah, they're going to hire.
It's totally detailed to what they want.
That's exactly right. Hey, you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Fast Track's numbers 832-742-9992. And
thanks a lot. Tom.
Thanks a lot. Jason will be in the studio tomorrow.
10 a.m. on Business 1110 KTEK.
Mic's off, guys.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks, Nikki. Have a great day.